Did we turn on the? Do I turn off my camera? I don't want to look at my face.
You can drop it in there.
I'll turn it off.
Great morning, everybody, or great afternoon. I'm forgetting what time it is right now. Typically, we used to do our mornings, our meetings in the mornings. And anyone miss a good office meeting? Being able to get together, right? Get a little bit of the energy. And so very excited to be here with you today. What day is it? It's Wednesday, September. Somebody fill in the blank. 8th. Woo! Clap it up to September 8th. Anybody? Nobody's excited for September 8th? Come on, you know how the applause works. Hey, you know, funny how being on Zoom over time in real life, we start to lag, right? So like, is this when we applause? Like, which, is this when we get back into normal? Like, so now, you know, we're practicing being in the room again. And so fortunately, we have the ability to do that. We're test driving a little bit of technology. So, you know, anyone, I know, Ryan, you're looking out for our people, maybe see if our audio is good. And so if any challenges with the audio, we'll work on that. So we're learning as we go in this hybrid type of format. So thank you for your grace. Obviously, Brian Erhahon here, your operating partner. I'm very excited to kick this thing off with you. So we've got a really great meeting today. And yet prior to, you heard me kind of do a quick little applause of, you know, hey, what are we grateful for being back into the room? And so if we were to fill our buckets, maybe fill the room up with what we're appreciative of, what we're grateful for, you know, what would it be for you? What are the small things that you're excited about today or this week that you would like to share with the rest of the group? What's new? What's exciting, whether it be business, personal? Some folks, can I get an applause for what, kids being back in the school? Is that a real thing now? All right, parents in the audience, a relief. You get a few hours to yourself during the week, right? During the day. What else? What else? What are we excited about? What are we grateful for? What are we appreciative of? Debbie, what's happening?
Getting busy.
Getting busy. I love that. Awesome. And thank you all for your support of Tri-Valley. Debbie's working very hard. So how about let's give Debbie and Monique, our Tri-Valley team, a round of applause for what they do. Definitely our team is important to have. So I definitely appreciate that. What else? What are we excited about? What are we grateful for? Vanessa? Woo! We're definitely excited about that. Absolutely hit it out of the park. Obviously, you've got a great wealth of knowledge here in terms of teams. So if anybody can support with you on that, conversations, troubleshooting, right? Tap into your team there. We'll go for a couple more. What else? What are we grateful for? What are we excited about? What are we excited about? August profit share, we'll take that. Absolutely. I believe it was about 8,000 in profit share. A great month, over 8,000. So a round of applause to that. All right. For those of you who are like, oh, profit share, what is it? We'll talk about that later. What else? If you're to be grateful for something, come on. You know. Ooh, come on. 2 new listings. That's a big deal. Hey, if we're working with our buyers out there, is that a good sign? Is that appreciative? Are we excited about that? Maybe some things loosening up a little bit. I would just a quick tip. Those buyers that you may have had beginning of the year, last year, who may have been pushed out, forced out, priced out, whatever it is, maybe have a conversation back with them because we're starting to see it. Now, this is not just a local thing across the country. Things are softening just a tad bit, right? So for those move up sellers, move up buyers, whomever that may have some flexibility now in the marketplace, maybe this is another conversation, okay? So with that, I want to go ahead and let's go ahead and pass it over to Dustin. Hey, Dustin, where art thou? Let's give Dustin a huge round of applause with the elite group, one of the top home inspection companies in the way in Southern California. Are you guys like in other countries now too, or what?
No, but we got Idaho branch we're gonna open up soon, so there you go. It's kind of like another country.
Close. All right. So hold that, and then so our folks can hear you as well. Awesome.
Okay.
Look at that.
Guess hold it like this. How are you guys? Excellent, excellent. So my name is Dustin Smith. I'm the territory manager for Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino County for the Elite Group. We are now the largest privately owned inspection company in the country, averaging over 550 inspections a week. No one's even close to us. Our goal is 1,000 though. We have 73 INRACHI certified inspectors that work all over Southern California, 7 days a week. So past Ventura all the way down to the border. So anywhere you're selling property, get us involved. We do residential and commercial as well. And on top of inspections, we actually offer termite, mold, sewer cams, roof certifications, and one of the coolest products we offer is called a repair pricer. And as an agent, that should really interest you, and this is why. So post-inspection, we can generate a secondary report. On that report, what we're gonna do is go ahead and give you an estimation of what it costs to fix all the problems that we found in the home based on the home's address and zip code. That means instead of you guys calling electricians, calling plumbers, calling foundation specialists, we'll take care of all that for you and go ahead and give you an estimate of what it will cost to fix that. Then depending which side of the transaction you're on, you can go ahead and use that information to go ahead and give a clear picture to your clientele of exactly how it's going to go down and what it will cost to fix. So you can continue to work your farm. Is there anyone here who wants to call electricians every day? Nobody wants to call plumbers? Okay, good. You have a question? Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, what service is that? The repair pricer? So it is secondary. So we have two packages. If you guys open up your trifolds I put in front of you, you at home pretend like you have one. What you want to do is go ahead and look at the third page. On that third page, it's going to list all of our auxiliary services along with the price. So you can actually go ahead and purchase that report for $99 post-inspection, or you can go ahead and use the middle package, which is the Elite Plus. So for an additional $150, the Elite Plus is going to give you a longer warranty process. It's going to give you a PDF that's going to give the home buyer the way to take care of their home and keep it up. It's going to include that repair pricer we're speaking of, and it'll cover irrigation. So that's one of the two items you can go ahead and choose from, the Elite package or the Elite Plus package, but it is not included in that base package. That base package will not have that report. You can add it at any time. It's about 48 hours to get that particular report to you. All of our inspection reports will come to you within 24 hours from the completion of the inspection. Another reason you want to choose Elite, besides the chicken and me, is the idea here is we carry $2 million of E&O insurance. In the state of California, you need a license to catch a fish. You do not need a license to be a home inspector or a home inspection company. There's zero, you need to be a home inspection company. So what happens is you hire these low price people or the fly by night people, they get into your transaction. If you get sued, they close down their shop and open up under a new name because they have nothing to lose. They just get a new business license. So it's important to vet who you work with. Elite Group has been around for 37 years. We've never had to use an insurance policy. Has anyone here used the Elite Group? Yes. There we go. Well, if you have not, give me your chicken back. That's how it works out. There are no free lunches in this world, and I'm not going to be the first one to give one. So there we go. If you have a pen and paper, please go ahead and grab it. And if you're at home, type it up or whatever it's going to be. I ran out of business cards because I'm just so friggin' popular. So what I want you to do is go ahead and send me your email address. And then what I can do is go ahead and send you a digital copy of this brochure and a sample report. That way you can feed your clientele the information you want to get in front of them. So if you want to go ahead and write this down, my email is dustinsmith@eliteinspections.com. That's dustinsmith@eliteinspections.com. Send me an email, I'll respond back, or you can go ahead and text me your email address. That number is 951-790-9075. Go ahead, reach out to me, get some information in front of you. You can ask me anything you guys want. I can help you vet other companies. I can talk about what we offer. I can give you hairstyles. I only know one, so it's going to be a short conversation. So again, the reason you want to use Elite is because we are now the industry standard and we buy the best chicken. There's no way to beat us. It's a win-win for everyone. So I've asked you guys a few questions here and I've told you exactly what we do. So I have a question for everyone in here and I need to hear you. I'm hard of hearing. I need to hear you. Are you Elite? Yeah. Okay. Then let's get it done. Thank you so much.
Are you Elite? That's a closer, man. I love that one. That's good. I don't know about that chicken back thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out for that because he's really very professional. You know, it's really a super seller's market. Time is essence. So every time I call or text Dustin, he always reply me in about 5 minutes. You know, longest 5 minutes. Yeah, and I can get the inspection done in next day or next because now we have to remove the contingency very short time. So really helpful. I really appreciate it. I want to shout out for this.
Ooh, shout out to Dustin. Great away, great away. Yeah, absolutely. I think he's delivering later too. I appreciate you, Dustin. Thank you for bringing him, my man. And so we love great service. We love our great affiliates and our great partners who help us make help us make us look good and our clients and all the above. And so I do want to tee up our United American Home Mortgage Specialist with Peggy. Peggy, you want to say a few things to our team here? And we also, in having great partners. Not only do we have Homebridge, we also obviously are in partnership with United American Mortgage. So you just want to hold on to this real quick.
I'm gonna put that in my back pocket. Okay, my name is Peggy Huber. I'm with United American Mortgage Corporation. I've been in the lending business for a long time, and I've also had my real estate broker's license for probably longer than some of you have been on this earth. I hate to even think about that, but anyway, I'm just saying that so that you know, I've been around for a while and I've been working this business for a long time. And I don't know about you guys, but this past year and a half has been something I've never seen before. I've seen so many bids. I mean, people coming in with 20 offers and on a deal, and my clients who I've done their financial paperwork for them, they're ready, they're pre-approved, ready to get a home, and they go up against 20 other people, and it's just been horrible. And I just feel very thankful that most of my clients have found homes that they've actually been able to move into. Anyway, the one thing I like to mention to all of you is that I found in all my years of business that the more tools you have in your belt, the more business you can do, the more different types of properties you can sell, and the more satisfied customers that you have who will come back to you. And this morning I took a class on down payment assistance programs, and it's really going to be exciting. If you have some borrowers who have a little bit of trouble with coming up with all of the cash for the down payment or some of their closing costs, there are programs for that. I can send out a listing of all the different aspects of it. I can also come in and, well, I was going to work with Brian on some classes, maybe to help you guys understand and have another tool in your belt to offer your buyers. I also have military certification. How many in here? How many of you in here are military certified for like VA loans and things like that? How long did you take the test? Excellent, excellent. It wasn't hard, was it? And you get put on a listing. It goes into a directory, and whenever they have somebody in that area and you're the person in there that's been trained, you'll get contacted. So did it cost you anything? Yeah. No, you get, that's part of the whole thing. It's $129 to go ahead and get your certification. And the information they provide is extremely helpful. Didn't you find? I mean, it's things that, wait a minute, I'd forgotten that. So this is stuff, these are the kind of things that you will benefit from having. And so I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you've got. I can do pre-approvals for you. All you have to do is give me a call. If you have any questions, you can give me a call. I've got my cards here if anybody'd like a card, or if I can force a card onto anybody, just let me know, and I would love to work with all of you. And do you have any questions?
What would you say one of the niches are in Southern California around being able to be of value to clients, right? So you have the VA niche. I know reverse mortgage,
Right.
Mortgages are big,
Right.
Down payment assistance. What would you find based off the agents that you've serviced have done really well with in terms of a niche from your perspective, and also where it's going?
What's really strange is the niches that I've been working with lately are the young people who are trying to get their first home, and they don't know exactly what kind of credit scores they need. There's a whole lot of knowledge that they need to have. But then on the opposite scale, I've seen, because of the rising prices, there's a lot of jumbo purchases out there and jumbo loans out there. So it's crazy how it's split like that. How many people have sold a $300,000 house lately? I don't know. Do they exist anymore? Yeah, exactly. Not in California. I mean, yes, absolutely.
I'm pretty excited about the down payment assistance, and I read up on that. But how does that fit into the congestion of buyers that have funds and how do they compete with like down payment, like an actual conventional loan or FHA?
There's a couple of things. First of all, right now, they're FHA. They're getting ready to roll out conventional. Once they roll out the conventional down payment assistance program, that'll take a lot of the stigma away, because what they'll have is a pre-approval. And the down payment assistance program is just a first and a second. And there are there's three types of seconds, two of which are forgivable seconds, and they don't have to make a payment on them. So it's not something that, the borrower says, I don't have any money, so I'm not a worthwhile buyer. It doesn't come that way at all. It just shows up that they have a first and a second.
Now, one more question for you. I was
Yep.
also reading that the Fannie Mae lending process will be changing on the 18th in terms of the FICO scores.
Yes.
And is that going to cause more congestion for buyers as well?
I hope not. I really hope not. Every time they make changes like that, and we've been getting the bulletins and everything about the changes that are coming up, and they're trying to make sure that we have the information and that everything is set up. It shouldn't cause any clogs, so to speak, in the system. We're hoping and praying every day. We say a prayer. Yes.
Question from the chat here. How long is the escrow period for the down payment assistance?
It's down payment assistance government right now. Conventional isn't in, but it's running because the first and the second are input concurrently. They're running 30 days. It's not a big deal because first of all, I can get them pre-approved and pre-underwritten before you even have a house. Yeah.
Second question for the chat, sorry.
No problem.
How integral would it be for someone to take that VA test as an agent?
It gives you a lot of information regarding VA buyers. It also reminds you to ask your buyers and your sellers, have you ever served in the military, which is gives another way to finance a home without a down payment, that type of thing. So it adds more value to you as an agent because you have these programs available to you. And it doesn't take long to take it. You put it on your letterhead, you put it on your business card, and you go into a book so that when somebody is looking for a VA loan, you get contacted.
Well, and also I want to just touch on that. That's a great question. Thank you so much. Let's give Peggy some love, please. Thank you, Peggy. One of the things that we also want to remember is, do you find, and anyone out there, do you find that there's a lot of veterans out there that don't know their eligibility and what their credentials could do for them in terms of housing? There's a lot of veterans that forget about that. And so this is just also additional education for us to understand the opportunity of VA. And if it's a niche that you can jump into, that'll go a long way for business. There's a lot of bases in Southern California, right? I forget the number, and yet there's a lot of veterans here that may not know that their eligibility can go towards housing, a property today. A lot of retired veterans, absolutely. So thank you for that. So sounds like we're going to be working on bringing some classes about veterans, right? Veterans certification, absolutely. So would y'all dig that? Would you show up to get certified with VAs? I got seven people. Okay, all right, we'll work on that. 8. All right, we're in. So we're moving in the right direction. So we got a couple yeses in chat. Perfect. We're moving in the right direction. I'm excited. So bucket fills, we did that already. Just a quick reminder of our mission statement here at Keller Williams. And when you look at this and you read this, and it's just a reminder of why we're in business, right? And so to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and that last one, how about legacies worth leaving? And just to remind yourselves on why we do what we do on a regular basis. It's not necessarily about the job. It's not about the work. It's not about the business. It's about what that business would allow us to do, and what we, and more importantly, what are the experiences that we can not only have for ourselves and yet for the people that we're doing it for. I like to say, and a great person once said that we'll do just enough for ourselves and yet we'll go above and beyond for the people that we do it for others. And so when that moment happens or occurs, when things happen and you have a tough time thinking like, why am I doing this? Anybody ever had this in real estate? Like, why am I in this business? No, if you haven't asked that question yet, give it enough time. And I probably quit about 4 times. All right. And I'm still here today, 11 years later. And at the same time, just remind yourself, somebody just said it recently, right? Right. You're right. Right. And remind yourselves of who you're doing it for. All right. Just a reminder on that, because I don't think we hear that enough. And I would also ask you to prioritize self-care. In this day and age when we're grinding like nobody's business, and things are speeding up and the demand of yesterday continues to pile up today, I would encourage you to prioritize self-care, because we're service people first. And a lot of times with the likelihood of what service people do is we say yes, yes, yes. And guess who we say no to? Ourselves, our families. And so just remind yourselves of that, of why you're doing it, who you're doing it for, and prioritizing our self-care. All right, especially when we mix and things have jumbled in the work-home environment, and we're working all the time now at home, and that's our first office now. And all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock at night and we're continuing to respond to emails, text messages. There's a time for everything. Easier said than done. I know, my wife's in the room, so she'll call me out on this. and right, everything has its time, right? So grinding is a nice terminology today, is used as an achievement or an award, and yet grinding, it's a short-term thing. It's typically short-term. And so when we're in the grind mode, where's that end point or that rest period that would allow you to get back to what you're doing it for? So again, our vision at Keller Williams, again, a reminder, some of us may not have ever heard this, and yet to be the real estate company of choice for our agents and their customers. And obviously our values, God, family, and in business, and then our belief system, right? Win-win or no deal, integrity, do the right thing. Customers always come first, commitment in all things, communication seeks first to understand, creativity, idea before results, teamwork, together everybody achieves more. Trust starts with honesty and equity, opportunities for all, and then success results through others. And so when we continue to put this in our mindset, this is what builds our culture. And I want to remind you of that, is those of you who have joined Keller Williams for a variety of different reasons, whether it be the training, the environment, the camaraderie, the #1 banner, right? Being able to wear or put that flag up and say, I'm with the #1 real estate company in the world, whatever it is, y'all are here for a different reason. And yet that belief system is what really has brought us together and gotten to that #1 spot. So I just want to remind us of that. You may not have ever really heard it or thought about it in recent days or months or years. I just want to remind us, what is it that makes this company sticky? And my intention is that we continue to remind you of that on a regular basis, and work to make Chino Hills the #1 real estate company, not only here in Chino Hills, and yet Southern California, and then California, and then the country. Is that all right with you? Is that okay? All right, and that's our intention. And so that is just, all that means is we're always working to get better. That's all that means. Cool? Anybody getting a little pumped up? Anybody ready to go door knocking? Are we ready? No, okay, maybe not today. We'll start tomorrow. All right, and maybe not, yeah, let it cool down, right? And then our perspective, a technology company that provides a real estate platform that our agents and buyers prefer, right? Keller Williams, I love this. Keller Williams thinks like a top producer, acts like a trainer consultant, and focuses on all its activities on service, productivity, and profitability. Y'all love that? All right, cool. So that was our quick little mission moment. And yet, let's go ahead and get right into our work anniversaries, right? So congratulations, Neo, Mr. Brewington there, right? Brewington, Jacqueline, Han, Stephen, Dennis, Jennifer, Michael, Quay Chu, and Cindy. All right, so let's give them a round of applause for continuing to show up. And then, oh, what a great slide. Happy birthday to all these amazing people, right? And so Nick, Mike, Vanessa, Lisa, I wish this had like music to go along with it. Like, I want what he had. And then so Vanessa, Lisa, Patty, Michael, Lewis, Steven. Hey, he just had like maybe a really good cupcake or like, not like that. Not like that though. Not like that. Like maybe just like maybe just won the lottery. I don't know. Come on, everybody. Maybe you just had a really good day. I mean, get your mind out the gutter, people. Jeez. Come on. All right. I know who I'm dealing with here today. Where did I leave off? Steven, I'm so sorry. Steven, if they interrupted, I apologize. Happy birthday to you, Anthony, Julio, Greg. Hey, Greg, when's your birthday? When's your birthday? All right. So happy birthday ahead of time. All right, pre-birthday to you. And if I don't see you then, this is all right. So we're all good. So with that, and so let's go ahead and wish Carol as well. Let's wish everybody a happy birthday with a round of applause. And may this month be a phenomenal month to you as July was for me. All right. So my birthday. And hey, Mega Camp. For those of you had an opportunity to review it, I mean, what an amazing session, 20,000 attendees, over 100 hours content, as well as 50 solution-based exhibit halls and booths. Anybody here or take anything away from Mega Camp that flipped the script of what you might have thought on how to better approach their real estate business? Anybody take anything away that was like, oh my goodness, I'm taking this to the bank and I'm cashing this right away? Anybody?
I like the segment where the lab coat agents turn their personal Facebook into a business. So having a community outside of just specifically real estate. So if you want to start a mom's group,
Yep.
if you want to start a dog lover,
Yep.
whatever the case may be, and you're the only realtor in that group, you can capitalize on that and start to get sponsors.
Wow.
They really turned it into a business. They're talking they make $200,000-$300,000 just from like how they started a Facebook group that was just, for fun and giggles, and flipped it into a business.
100,000 plus members later,
Yeah.
and speaking engagements and startup company opportunities. Amazing. So Facebook is just not a, let me just show up, plug in. What we're finding is that there's folks out there who are running their Facebook pages as a business, and, full on operation agreements, job descriptions, the full gamut. So if you haven't looked into that deeper, look into that. Is what could you do to build? Basically, here's where it's going. Is that Facebook is investing a very large amount of effort for them to get back to communities. And Facebook was initially one big community, and now they're working to get back to that organic feel. And so if you don't have a Facebook group and you're you enjoy Facebook and you have a lot of great connections on Facebook, or you're looking to build your connections on Facebook, that might be something that you choose to invest more into. Facebook groups is business, is big business today. So should you choose to do that, you wouldn't be in the wrong, you wouldn't be wasting your time. And that's going to be something continuously, as we're going to see moving forward. Groups is a big push. What else? Anything else? Big takeaways from?
I had the guy from Connecticut. I forget his name, but he has like KW Nets that he does like the KW lending and insurance. And
Oh yeah.
He talked about having like residual income from his clients.
Joint ventures.
And how like you really don't have that. You're really not making any money off your clients from the time that they buy until the next buy. So how is it you can leverage your clients and offer them, like insurances and discounted deal? I really like that guy. Yeah, so that opens a can of worms here for this conversation today. We could be here all day. So if you're good for another 4 hours, we could have this conversation. And yet what I would say is that's where KW is going. KW is working to put the joint venture opportunity into each and every agent's back pocket. Meaning if you could capitalize on insurance, if you could capitalize on title, I mean, all of the above. So that's where KW is working to go. And yet just consider thinking about that. Yet it all starts with business first. So when we've set a strong foundation of our business practices surrounding strong lead generation, anything is possible. And that's what he's proving today. And that guy is a monster in the business. So thank you for that. What else? We'll take one more. Key takeaway from Mega Camp.
Mega Camp Key Takeaway. It's the most powerful, probably most insightful real estate event in the country outside of family reunion. It was $150. I'm just saying. Ryan, what you got for us?
One of the things that I remember being posted on the Facebook group was just how quick a lead can go cold if you don't cultivate it. Yeah, absolutely today. And that's a great point because there's so many other high-powered lead generation team systems that if you have that lead in your pipeline, somebody else does too. And if you're not following up with them, somebody else will and is. So yeah, frequency, intensity on how we follow up, right? Early and often. Thank you for that. If I were to give you one tidbit from the Mega Camp discussion, we could talk about this later because we're going to talk about seller listings and just kind of a little quick foreshadow is the golden letter. Anybody remember or know what the golden letter is? Golden letter? All right, so golden letter is basically, it's a simple letter that you send out to a targeted database or neighborhood for a buyer that you're currently looking for. How many of you right now have buyers that you are working hard to get into property? Show of hands, right? And so for those of you that have buyers, and everybody should have hands up, by the way, because buyers are I can walk in the parking lot and find a buyer right now. I can promise you that. That's everybody wants to buy a home. The reason is because demand is so great. Derek, I mean, have you ever seen a market like this where you've got demand? Never. I mean, the demand through the roof is ridiculous. How great this demand is. Now, compared to today, think about 2008, 9, 10. I mean, could you give a home away? You couldn't give a mortgage away back then. I mean, really, so demand is what's keeping the wheels going alongside great interest rates. And so we've got to ride this wave, and being that supply is not going to correct anytime soon, being that California is about 1 million housing units short over the last 10 years. Again, that's the deficit, about 1 million housing units in California alone, about 4 million nationwide. So we've got to go above and beyond to find sellers for our buyers. And one thing that we're finding as a key strategy is by using this golden letter. So here's what it looks like. You would use, in this case, Remind, REMINE.com. Remind, it's free to you, being part of CRMLS. And Remind is a great tool on how you can find and target homeowners. So for instance, if I want to, you've got a buyer, David, they're looking for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square foot, right here in our backyard in Chino Hills. Lot size, roughly about 6,000, right? Whatever the price is, we can draw a parameter through Remind and pull that list and also sort by how long they've had their mortgage, how long that they've been in the property, what their interest rate is. We can sort by all types of parameters, pull that targeted list based on who's, by the way, you can also filter by who's most likely to sell next. So by high, medium, and low. Pick the medium and highs. So you may dwindle down from 2,000 lists to about 500. There's your hit list. And now you're mailing, and here's what the golden letter says. Hi, I'm Brian Erhahon here, Keller Williams Realty. I'm an agent, right? So I got to kind of walk myself into a script. I got to tell myself I'm an agent again. So here's what I would say. So Brian Erhahon here. I've got a bunch of pre-approved buyers right now, or a pre-approved buyer. It doesn't matter the number. I've got a pre-approved buyer right now that is looking for a property specifically in your neighborhood, or like a property like yours. Who do you know that could want an offer on the home within the next few days? That's it. Do you have it where there's agents who are matchmaking their buyers to their sellers off market and getting around this whole competition conversation? Because you're marketing to those folks based off predictive analytics and big data. Use the data that we now have to our advantage and find and target those sellers that we know that could be most likely to sell next. I've used Remind in a few different ways. Had an opportunity to negotiate with a seller who was 2 times, 3 months, 4 months away from selling. He was like, how did you find my information? How'd you find me? Wait, you're an agent? And so what, you want to list my house? Or you want to buy it, right? So this time I was looking at for a property. And what an amazing opportunity for us to give them
those sellers to give them an opportunity to pick their terms, right? Pick their terms and also pick how they want to sell. So this goes to the conversation of being strategic, right? We work hard, we work very hard. The time that we take to go out and find a property and make multiple offers, 10 offers, could we go out and find something off market and create an opportunity for us to double dip? Anybody like to double dip? No, nobody likes to double dip here. I'm not talking about chips. I'm talking about commission. Right. So with that point is, let's think about that strategically. Does that help? Take a point. Awesome. So mega cap. If you haven't had, if you registered, you actually have the replay for those recordings up until October 22nd. So you've got a lot of time there. We got a couple updates on out front. Derek, come to you. Please do. Yes.
Just a couple things on it. Number one, the more specific you can make it, the better.
Yes.
And so if you say, I'm representing the Sanchez family, they're looking in North Chino Hills,
Yep.
Chino Hills Parkway. They're looking only in the Warmington, between 2,000 and 3,000 square feet. If you could just make it super specific,
Yep.
then they know it's not just the general letter.
Exactly.
And number two, you can say, this is not a gimmick,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Not asking for a listing agreement, just a one party showing.
Mm-hmm.
And number three is after you sell them a home, you send a mailing out to the same list. Say, by the way, I told you about the Sanchez's 2 months ago.
Just got under contract.
They moved into this house.
Yep. Just got under contract.
So it's legit.
Yeah. And I love that you said that being highly specific, that's just going to help create the opportunity for you to connect with saying, okay, well, they're actually reaching out to me personally. So be sure to look at that. So thank you for that, Derek. Great point. All right. So Stephanie, we got some updates here on the calendar, huh? Would you please give us an update? You don't have this slide? Oh, this is live around here. So you got the next one. Let's welcome up Stephanie, shall we? Come on, our hardworking agent services. Stephanie, what's happening? All right, so give us the scoop.
So sorry if I start hyperventilating. I was not ready for this. No, just kidding. But we do have a business workshop. They are with Mary Jo every Thursday. They are geared towards newer agents, but if you do need a refresher, please come. It is every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. She is on vacation. I don't know if Mary Jo's here, but we miss you. Again, with Brantley, more information on the topic on Facebook. We do have a new associate orientation. So if there's any new agents here, please join. It's very important to know who your leadership is, what resources we have as an office, all that good stuff. And then we have a buyer's consultation 101, September 10th, 1 p.m. That is part of the Ignite series. Again, that is geared towards newer agents. But again, even if you're a seasoned agent, it doesn't hurt for a refresher. And then digital farming with social media with one of our tech trainers, Sean Hassler. And then promote your listings with landing pages. I know Brian's gonna go over landing pages, I think. So this is a good one. And then in person, this is gonna be in person. Also, sorry, by the way, the brand workshop is gonna be in person as well. MLS, we have a trainer from the CRMLS building coming to that one as well. So please RSVP for those in-person trainings. And for all the Zoom links, always go to our Facebook group.
All right, thank you so much for that. Give her, show some love. I want to fill the bucket of our team here. Thank you, Ryan, for doing what you do. Let's give Ryan some love here. Show Ryan some love, please. Appreciate your can-do attitude. And then also Amy, obviously, she's in the back office. It's funny. I think she's watching on Zoom in her office. So let's just give Amy some love too for obviously doing what she does for us. And so let's give her a round of applause and our leadership team. Always working hard on our behalf. And so as a result, we're really thinking hard. And, as a leadership team, we're really thinking hard about, think about it. Here's where we are so far this year. We've got roughly about 52 days. 52 days. Does anyone tell me what 52 days means to us in the industry, real estate? Call it roughly end of October. October 31st-ish. I think you heard that somewhere before. Yeah, yeah. Well, Cliff Notes, right? So the point is, absolutely, we got 54-ish days between now and the end of, call it the year, in order for us to finish out our 2021. Meaning, the last opportunity for us to take a listing with time for getting it ready, coming soon, and getting the pictures and all that squared away, getting it on the market, 7 days ish. So that'll put you roughly about November 15-ish. November 15-ish, that gives you time to run a full escrow. By the way, what happens right around end of November? Or Thanksgiving happens and everybody leaves, right? Absolutely. And then after that, right, then you're going right into the holiday season, right, with Christmas and all the above. And so when you look at that, that's another about roughly a week gone. And so top agents right now are really looking at and counting down the year and looking at, okay, what can I do to better impact my Q4, as well as set myself up for Q1, right? And so thinking about a 90 days ahead, Derek, you're always looking ahead. You're probably looking at what, a year ahead right now, right? Right? You know, you steering your tight. This year's over, right? It's literally is it. And so you're working your pipeline to finish out this year, right? And also looking at start planting the seeds for 2022. So when we're looking at that, are we doing the same personally? So one of the best ways for us to do that, hate it or love it, right? Whether it be vitamins, broccoli, or exercise, we know it's good for us. And one of the best exercises is our conditioning program that we call BOLD. And the exciting thing that we're doing today, or doing this quarter, is that we're bringing it in office, in here. So personally, I get to be the BOLD coach. And for those of you who don't know, I coach BOLD and been doing it for years now. We're doing a BOLD very in person as a group right here. And we have a market center BOLD launching mid-October. And so it's not Zoom, it's not in person. Although folks can participate via Zoom, and yet we will be right here in the room working together to build our business, and more importantly, our mindset for not only the end of this year, for Q1 2022 as well. So we're going above and beyond, out of our way for it to be a no-brainer for anyone in this room. Money should not be an issue, because our intention is our office, we're going to focus on our seller listing initiative, such that by doing it creates opportunity for not only Q4 and yet Q1 of 2022. And if there's going to be anything that you could do to shock your system, to do things that you wouldn't normally do in a certain amount of time that you wouldn't normally do it within, BOLD is going to be that thing. Now, here's the thing. Well, no matter what it is that you may have felt about BOLD in the past, whether it be the first iteration or the Facebook version, do we know that BOLD gets results? We know that there's agents right now in 7 weeks that are getting about 11 pieces of business, whether it be buyers, sellers, and under contracts within that short amount of time. So as an office, we're invested. And as a result, anybody that signs up for BOLD, we're giving you your full money back within just 2 transactions. So our intention is for you to make it free. And we also have a few different scholarship packages as well, where you put in 50%, we'll put in 50%. So we're invested. Oh, thank you. There's more, right? So you put in 50%, we'll match you, and we'll put the other half in to make sure that you don't miss this. Because I can guarantee you, when it's not even just about the process, BOLD is a system. It's about who we're becoming during that time. Have we ever had objections that have stopped us from taking listings, putting buyers under contract? We're going to handle that. You may not have a seller listing presentation that you're proud of. We're going to work on that. Have you, for whatever reason, are you not just making your conversations or your calls that are going to lead to you getting a deal? We're going to handle that. And more importantly, we're going to do it together. And so we're really working as a leadership team to create an environment where we can come together and we can work towards a common goal, which is make a great Q4 happen. I mean, we want a great holiday season, and we want to be able to come together and have a great turkey day or a great, holiday, whatever you celebrate. We all know that at the end of the year, it's family time.
and we don't want money to disturb it or interrupt how our family time goes. Does that make sense? So with that being said, we're going to ask you to register, not today, we don't have the link. And yet we're going to ask you through our care calls, we're going to reach out to you and see how you're doing. And we just ask you to register, whether it be, we're going to put it in half with you, you're going to pay the full, either way, you're going to get all your money back, and we're going to make it free. Anybody like free? It's like a trick question. I was like, I don't want to answer that. Right? Yeah. When has growth ever been convenient? Just wait. Just wait on that. When has growth ever been convenient? Just saying. All right. So think about that. We also have, again, talking about what MREAs, millionaire real estate agents do. They're talking business planning in October. So we have a nationwide business planning clinic happening through KWRI, and we're going to be doing that together in this room. We're going to be live streaming it. We're going to be here, and we're going to be watching how our top agents plan their businesses for the oncoming year. So look out for that. Talking about profit share, we're excited about what we were able to do in August, as well as year to date. Now, this is small change compared to where we're going. There's some exciting things that we're doing on behalf of our team and for you, whether it be the listing photography or whether it be leads, right? We're working on putting things together that are going to help you be in the best position to win. Fair enough? And as a result, we've got to be profitable to be able to do that. And we're excited to say that obviously our company is profitable. And yet this is just a stepping stone for us to be able to do this number every single month, right? And you being able to share a part of that, we'll talk about that later. This is not a go out and recruit somebody thing. This is a by osmosis, by organic, you killing your business and attracting great agents that want to be a part of what we're doing here. Fair enough? Awesome. All right, so congratulations to these folks who were able to participate in profit share in the last month. So great job on that. Awesome. And then who got paid? All right, so look at all these people. I am not going to say these names, right? For the sake of time, take a picture. It'll last longer. And yeah, let's go ahead and celebrate these people with a huge round of applause. Great job. Look at all these people who got paid. Speaking of getting paid, I want to go ahead and acknowledge some of our top producers, top volume producers in the month of July for volume. Great job, Mauricio, Jason, Thomas, Howard, and Andrea. Great job, everybody. We got certificates. Woo! We got paper, real life. This is good. This is good. They're not quite checks. You picked that up already. And yet we got other paper for you. You can put it on your wall or your refrigerator. You put it on your refrigerator, right? Make everybody proud. It's good. All right. And then so congratulations to our top 9 producers for the month of July and volume. Way to go. Show them some love. Hector, Charles, Cindy, and Brianna. Way to go. Congratulations, everybody, on that. What a great month. Now, by the way, this is July. So this is top 9. So this is the other 4. I did do some math real quick. And so where's everybody else? And so this is July. We've got August numbers since we just transmitted. They're going to be coming out at our next in-person meeting as well. Top units for the month of July. Great job. That's not Charles. Charles, you've changed, my man. Great job, Hector, Andrea, and Brianna. Congratulations. Top 4. Charles, you look different, man. You're looking different. You're working too hard. All right. So, all right. And then congratulations to our top 3 teams. Movement, way to go. What a month of July. Purpose Life Homes, way to go. And Real Estate Service Pros. Give them our teams a round of applause for volume. Great job. Great job. And then we have top 3 teams in units. Fusion, you're looking great. Fusion, looking very stylish. Very stylish. Get that. Looking good, Fusion. Looking real good. All right, so
Thank you for that one. Jason, great job. Hector, Andrea, Thomas, and Charles for the top 10 producers for year-to-date volume. Give them a round. Here's the other 5, Howard, Olivia, Brianna, Mike, and Karen. Way to go on that. Great job. And then we also have our top 5 agents, year-to-date in units, Charles, Jason, Andrea, Hector, and Thomas. Great work. Top 5 there. And then we also have our top 4 teams, Movement, Purpose Life Homes, Fusion Homes, and Real Estate Service Pros. Great job on that. Yeah, so the award for the best picture. Who's getting it here? Who's getting it here? I don't know. I think we need to take a vote. Great job, everybody, on that year to date. Good job. All right. Oh, hey, a little competition on here. Come on. Pretty close. Pretty close, team. All right. So great job, everybody on the top 4 year to date. And then Movement. Some awesome people on Movement doing great work, and units as well as volume. Phenomenal work on that team. And so we also want to celebrate our new agents joining the business. So we've got Caesar, as well as Frank and Marsha Murrow. And also congratulations to Mario for his first listing and first closing, Miguel, and Vanessa, first KW closing. Great job. Congratulations. Way to go on that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And where do we go from here? All right, and then a quick reminder about our seller listing contest. And so this starts September 1st, obviously started, and ends November 30th. And so we're actually having 2 different contests, one for our top folks, top producers, and another for rising stars. And so we've kind of broken it up for those of you who are like, well, it's hard to compete with so-and-so, right? And so we've kind of just said we've got 2 competitions going, basically split the roster in half, and we're competing in that way. So first prize is $500. Second prize is a really nifty video business card, and third prize is a $100 gift card, and the fourth prize is a handshake. And let's keep going. All right, so elbow bump. We're being safe. So yes, fourth quarter. So you're seeing we're putting a lot of emphasis on this Q4. We are intending to help all of us finish strong as well as start strong in Q1. All right. This is pro time. This is pro time, right? Derek, coming to you off the cuff. What does pro time mean to you, if I may ask? What does pro time mean to you?
In regards to Q4.
Yeah.
It's the start of next year already.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, it's your last ditch effort to, I worked on something you said, shock the system. And you said
Yep.
that.
Shock the system.
You gotta shock the system, so you know what? You gotta do things different.
Yeah.
We're not, I can tell you this, we're not taking this from you.
Mm. I love that. Thank you for that. Awesome. What does pro time mean to you?
For me, it's building up my boundaries again after COVID.
Mhm.
Working from home.
Yeah.
Trying to build that wall up so that I have healthy boundaries and can show up where I need to be when I can.
Oh, being where your feet are. Yeah. If you're at home, you're at home. If you're at work, you're at work. I love that. Awesome. David, what does pro time mean to you?
Means beginning of October, COVID's in the past, we need to like move forward and it is the end of the year, it could be the first, move of the year, but you have to get your feet back on track because all the excuses that we had of not being able to do this and that and the other are like kind of out the window now, and we just have to kind of regroup and get back to being a professional.
Oh, that's powerful. So I'm hearing regroup, no more excuses. I'm hearing boundaries, be where your feet are, be present in the moment. I'm hearing shock the system, right? Get it's what we call a break state, right? If you've just been going through the motions, my daughter is so correct. She's right. She's on it.
What did she say?
I got dad eyes and ears, right? Like it's right there. So yet at the same time, it's us being intentional, and that's what it comes down to, is just be intentional. Let's get out of just going through the motions. The motions don't get us to where we choose to be. The motions put us right where we are. And so let's shock the system, to break the state, and let's get back into what we're here for, what we choose to do. And that's why we're doing everything that we're doing. Yes, sir, please.
So a lot of the stuff that we don't do is because either we don't have time. And one of the things that you said earlier was basically kind of, for me, insinuated that, when do we ever have time to do things? As you said, we have to be intentional and we have to make the time. We all have time. We just don't want to, admit to having that time and just kind of, just put our big boy pants on and just do it.
Or big girl pants.
Or big girl.
Yeah, absolutely. And make the time. And I love what you said there. And this actually goes into the next conversation is where do we get time from, Ryan?
If we may go back to the contest.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned before, this is for.
Go for it. That's my voice. For those of you on Zoom, my voice just got better. Go for it.
As I mentioned before, we have 15 listings in the first week. And those are just the ones on MLS. If anyone hasn't posted any, we may have more. If you read there at the bottom, everyone is entered. However, to be counted, you must submit a copy of the signed listing dated between these dates to me at front desk 559. I've not received one signed listing agreement. None of those listings are counting for anybody in this contest. I don't know if you guys are interested in the contest, but there's some pretty good prizes there. I'd like $500. I don't know about you guys. That's a car payment for me. But I need those listing agreements if we want to count you guys. So if you have any, send them my way.
Yeah, so what we could do is we can actually make we can make an exception to that is, if we were going to make a decision on that, it more so coming soon. So for those of you you may take a listing, you may have a listing right now that's not on the market yet and it doesn't hit the MLS because we're counting the MLS listings and giving you credit for that, or we'll move forward. It's what we did on the last one. And at the same time, you may have coming soon listings that are sitting there until whenever the sellers are ready. And so if you have coming soon listings where you have your seller exclusion already set up, then, we can give you that credit for the listings at that point. So that's where, Ryan's coming from on that. So just quick heads up on that. Cool. Thank you for the clarity, Ryan. Appreciate you. New homes. Phenomenal. KW just became a partner with Legacy International about new homes. Phenomenal opportunity. So KW just created a course in partnership with New Homes Legacy International to teach agents how to win in new home construction. So that I would recommend. You've got some on-demand Zoom courses available, as well as look out for on KW Connects more information on the new construction and new homes course as well. So look out for that. Makes sense. Any questions on the new homes certification? Good. All right. So real quick, we're going to talk about seller listings. We're going to be very concise. We get straight to the point. I had a couple thoughts that I gave you throughout the session, and we're going to get right into it. So if you wanted to take a seller listing in the next 90 days, what would you do? What could you do? What should you do? Is number one, seller listings are a focus. When you choose to take seller listings, it's a focus, meaning that's your intention. I can tell you how many people that I've had an opportunity to talk with who just by turning on the focus of seller listings, who were able to get in front of more sellers, appointments, contracts, and ultimately closings as a result from sellers. And so right now, here's the issue. The issue is that you've got record high buyer demand, record low interest rates, and as a result, you've got buyers coming out the woodworks. And the buyers are seeking your attention, asking you to go take a look at property, texting you at 8 o'clock at night, and reaching out to you 6 a.m. on Sunday morning about, are they accepting backup offers? If it's under contract, it's under contract. Leave me alone, right? So I'm kidding. And I know what you're thinking though. I know what you're thinking. And at the same time, the challenge is it's hard to look through the weeds. If quote unquote buyers respectively are the weeds, how do you get through them? And so here's what you're going to do first is I would ask you, number one, is to have an ideal buyer.
So come up with your framework of who your ideal buyer is. Who's going to win in this current marketplace as it is right now? If it was 4 months ago, I would tell you to put the down payment assistance buyers to the side. Right now, as we continue to watch and see if the market continues to soften, it's not necessarily because we're getting more inventory. If anything, arguably inventory is staying the same, if not starting to taper going into the holidays as it normally does, seasonality. And then on the other side, we start looking at demand. And so when we're looking at demand, it's a conversation of who can compete in the time of which we're in. And down payment assistance buyers right now, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, do they have a better shot today than what it was 4 months ago, 5 months ago? Absolutely. And yet what I'll tell you is depends on the price point. So it depends on your price point. So who is your ideal buyer? Or will you work with any buyer that comes along your way? If you're by defaulting on certain type of buyers or buyers, period, I would challenge you that you're not doing enough what? You're not doing enough lead generation. You're not actively looking for new opportunities, new people. I have a client, MAPS one-on-one coaching client out of Missouri, and we started talking in February and started coaching in February. Do you know that she had the same challenge? I want more listings. I don't know where I'm gonna get it from. We put a parameter in place around, okay, who's your ideal buyer? Top grade your buyers. Top grade your buyers. Would anybody know what I mean by top grade your buyers? Meaning if you have a set, prioritize, absolutely. So basically prioritize your buyers. And now again, I don't want to sound crude. And at the same time, you don't get paid until you close successfully, right? You're not a nonprofit. You're a for-profit business. So as a result, you've got to put your time in where it pays and offers a return. And if you choose to do charity after that, God bless you. And if not, right, that's your call. And yet I would ask you to top grade your buyers. Find what buyers you know are going to perform in this marketplace and then refer out the rest. Refer out the rest, right? So consider that. So basically what this does is you make room in your calendar. Because right now, if you're like zigzagging between showings, you're like, where am I going to catch my breath? How am I going to get lunch? And you're eating lunch in the car because you're zooming to the next showing. You want to create some room. Create room for yourself so that way you can focus on what? Seller listings, because seller listings take intentionality. It takes golden letters. It takes research. It takes market understanding, right? Understand the marketplace. It takes calls, outbound reach out, whether it be calls, whether it be intentional conversation. So what is that typical question that we ask each other or we ask of clients, right? Who wants to, right? Mauricio, next time I talk to you, right, you're one of my past clients and I'm calling you, I'm your agent and I'm reaching out and we're wrapping up the phone call and say, hey, by the way, hey, Mauricio, what's typically the closing line most agents do that have a high referral business? Who do you know that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, right? We're throwing all three at them. That's a moving target, right? Let's prioritize. So who do you know that wants to make a move and sell their property? Let's be very specific. Let's put out into the universe what we're looking for. And be very specific. Who do you know that wants to make a move, that wants to sell right now? So that's what we're looking for, right? And so make room in your schedule. And it's funny enough, when you make room, what we're finding is agents are increasing their price point. They're making more money because they're no longer chasing the lower price point transactions. So it's funny how when you say no, or I'm going to refer it out, it's funny how you start to choose and pick on who you choose to perform or work with. So consider that. Decide on your seller listing lead source to master. So what is your ideal seller listing source? Are you a farmer? Do you hit expires? Are you for sale by owners? Are you divorce? Are you probate or trust? Right? My daughter says pick one. So my point is choose, right? Choose which seller listing source that you're going to do and master it. Master it. So pick one source. Now, until you master that one source and you come up with a process under a procedure of it, don't move on to the next one. Automate it. Get into a habit of actually working that system. By the way, would you talk to an expired listing differently than you would talk to somebody in your farm? Exactly, and that's why it's a different dialect, it's a different conversation, it's a different mindset. And so we want to focus in on who we have in the sites. Research. So we talked about that, right? Know your market, know your source. What is the value proposition? So would the value proposition for an expired listing potentially differ from somebody who is moving up or moving down, trade up, right? It's going to be a different conversation, different approach. So that's all we're saying. So research the conversation. Wait a second, I'm missing. It's the next one. Oh, okay. We'll get back to that landing page. So internalize the scripts, objection handlers, and fine tune your seller listing presentation. So a lot of us don't have one because we work heavily in our sphere of influence and referrals. Great job, right? You deserve it. And when the moment where we start to go deeper and start to expand out of that and start working with people that we less know, the listing presentation becomes more important. So up until that point, so let's get into the habit of utilizing our seller listing presentation. Command in designs, there's a lot of templates for seller listing presentation. So if you've never been in a command and you don't have a format of a listing presentation, go to command underneath designs. You'll be able to find about 3 to 4 different versions of seller listing presentations. And then here's the thing. I probably, without doubt, probably been in front of about 1,000 agents specifically around bold over this year. And I do something very every single time because I want to know how people are thinking. And so we'll do it in this room. By a show of hands, over the last week, did you talk, hands up if you talked to more buyers than sellers over the last week? And if you talk to more buyers than sellers over the last week, hands up. There we go. So that's probably about a good 60 to 70% of our audience right there. And that is no different across the country. You talk about New York to Florida to Ohio, where by default, we work who is showing up the most. And who is that today in the market? So we're going to default to that until we decide to come up with a strategy on, I'm focusing on sellers today. That's when we start to change the game. Because otherwise we'll talk to whoever just shows up in our inbox, our text message, or who's calling us. And most of it is buyers. So you could be like my guy here, Renee, and Renee, he's on the phone, hey, reaching out. And you started doing that within about a month and pop up a seller listing recently, right? And so it's interesting that they say it's a crazy stat right now. 60-something% of sellers don't know currently what the value of their properties are. What? That wasn't the Michael Jackson, thing. That was an actual shock move. I was shocked when I heard that stat, right? Jameson, know what I'm talking about? Thriller? Yes. That was my Thriller move. So that's a real thing. 60% of sellers don't know what their values are. If more sellers knew the value of their property, could there be more people coming to the market as a result? It's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know. I'm excited. Can you tell I'm excited about this? And then manage your listing pipeline. Manage your listing pipeline. So what is your method of tracking and following up with your leads? If you're not using command opportunities, please use it because it's a great resource. It's a great resource. Everybody that says, hey, I want to buy, I want to sell, I want to do whatever in real estate, add them to opportunities prior to closing. It's just going to give you, like some people use a whiteboard. Some people use an Excel spreadsheet. Opportunities is a great way to do that. Whatever it is, do something. Make sense? Track that pipeline. All right, so I want to switch gears and real quick, let me go back to this landing page. This is a great way, by the way, if you went to landing pages in command, and I know it's going to be talked about here in the training in the next couple weeks. This is a great way for you to create a home evaluation squeeze page. Should you choose to market it, send an email blast out, or you put it on social media, you can create a
on-demand seller home evaluation. Put your information here and I will follow up with you on understanding what your home value is. And I give you a personalized home value analysis, right? So you can customize that in Command as well. All right, so we're wrapping up here. Quick update, your KW app, new improved agent profiles, enhanced collections. Anybody log into your KW mobile app recently? Like in the last 30 days? I got one. All right, while Zillow is taking market share, right? While Realtor.com is getting more powerful, while Redfin is advertising 1% seller listings. So KW mobile app, that's why we have it. We have it to disrupt what they're doing. You may say, yeah, it sucks. And yet, yeah, compared to those who've been building mobile apps for a decade, Zillow, Redfin, and working to get in front of your clients and your customers, all I'm saying that is to say it's constantly getting better. So if you haven't logged in recently, it's a world of a lot different from what it was a year ago. Okay, so we're constantly churning and getting it better. So just a quick reminder on that and get it into your hands of consumers, because the cool thing is once your clients start searching on there, favoriting homes and whatnot, you can see what they're searching on your Command portal. All right, just a heads up. New designs, check that out. And raffle time. I think we've got a raffle. You were getting ready to leave. All right. So let's welcome up Debbie and Monique. Let's give them a round of applause. Awesome Tri-Valley team. So, Debbie, how are you?
I'm good.
You know, you were in here early, 7:30, 7. We used to compete back in the day. Which is like a few months ago. Right. And you were like, oh, you're in. Yeah, well, it's good. Yeah. So, you know, and so your consistency is awesome. Thank you for what you do and working to bring value to our people and help them close your files. So do you have a quick little tip for us in regards to escrow that you may want to share? Just a quick, hey, heads up on transactions that may be beneficial?
The only thing is ask buyers and sellers that little question, just to clarify your buyer's vesting, if they're married, they're not married. I just got a contract that the seller signed and I got it in, and the seller responded and said, oh, sorry, I'm late, but we can't sell that property under that name, which it's vested in. We have to sell it out of this one. So those little questions help to not delay the closing, because it's a 14-day closing. And now I have to do a deed from this person to this person, get recorded, update a prelim, and then now send out some new paperwork for the new seller. So those little questions help. They help you, they help escrow so that we can have a smoother transaction.
So I'm hearing, make sure you double check how they have how they want to sell it based off their title, right? How they hold title to the property. Yeah, how they want to buy
Are you
it.
married?
Yeah.
Is your wife going to go on title? I get the vesting and now all of a sudden there's a wife.
Yep.
And so, oh, well, we'll just deed her off, and no. Yeah. So we have to put her on. So those little questions help. And then your buyer's not wondering why we have to sign another paper to add this person on so that we can move to close, and double check with the lender that they've got that person on the loan or just on title only. So all those little questions that we don't think about, help.
Yes, Derek.
No, not a question, just 2 minutes. Thank you for just, when I just say, Debbie, just handle it. I don't want to hear about it. Just thank you.
Yes.
Service client, and just thank you for doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. Deb.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Let's give Tri-Valley Debbie a love. Thank you so much. So what do we have?
Well,
By
this
the
is
way,
my
you got
assistant.
some baskets here, right? Some
Yeah,
some
those
goodies
are
and
goodie
stuff.
bags.
They get to take that home. Please take that with you. I don't want it. And so we got some nice snacks in there. So who did this? Who did
we all
this?
kind of
Our
pitched in.
team, right? Oh my gosh. Show up to the party late, Brian. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Well, last year, this is my assistant Monique
Yes.
/ daughter. After all these years, she finally said, okay, I'll help you. Last year, she sold the Starbucks cups. A lot of you are familiar with those that you see on Facebook, the Starbucks cups. She sold them for $15. $5 went to the KW fund.
Yep.
here in the office. She's gonna do the same thing. For any other product that she sells, she'll give a portion of that back to KW as well. These here we did for Fusion. These are 12. And a portion of that'll go back. So anything that you order, she does
If you
key
have your
rings.
own logo, I can do my best to turn it into an SVG. The simpler design, obviously, the better. But if there's anything like for your clients that you may want as a gift, send me a message, send me an email. I do have an Instagram. No,
The bags. Yes, your card's in there.
no, not in the bags. I do have my cards up, actually. They're in
But
there. I'll go get them right now.
t-shirts, the wood signs, anything, anything for
branding sneakers
Christmas
yet?
gifts. I'm sorry?
You branding sneakers yet?
No, I was gonna try and bejewel some, bedazzle them, but I don't know. if I
I've
can.
always wanted my own shoe, right? Nobody else? Always wanted my own shoes.
Just keep that in mind. It helps the KW office and it helps her with her small business. And we appreciate it.
We love small
But,
businesses.
she does, whatever.
So what do we have?
So,
What are we doing?
Go ahead. Everybody have their business cards? Yep.
Or do you want to make one friend and a bunch of enemies? Okay.
Okay, so this one says, everything I touch turns to soul.
Ooh, all right. Everything I touch turns to sold. Give it. Who's doing it? Who's doing it? Brianna. She is here, and yet.
She also.
There she is. Well, just strategically, just.
And these can also be done for, what's the one with the high heels? There's one that says something about selling properties in high heels and lipstick and.
I love that.
This one says.
That's right. Congratulations. Everything I touch turns to sold. So who's doing it? Stephanie, make a friend. Uh-oh, there we go. Purpose Life. Hey, there we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Hey, was this helpful? Was this good? Did we have a good day today? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you everybody for being here today. We only have 2 meetings a month, and so we typically like to do that 90 minutes or so. So technically, I got you out of here 5 minutes before, right? So I can be on time. Where's my wife? Let's let her know that I could be on time. All right. So awesome, everybody. So appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. A great week. Look at the calendar. We got more stuff coming up, and then we'll be reaching out to you. All right, everybody. Be well. Certificates of recognition here.